Morning. Today's lesson, lesson 4.3, beginning on page 147. We're multiplying with 3 and 6 today. And so our essential question, what are some ways to multiply with 3 and 6? So unlock the problem. Sabrina is making triangles with toothpicks. She uses 3 toothpicks for each triangle. She makes 4 triangles. How many toothpicks does Sabrina use? Why does Sabrina need 3 toothpicks for each triangle? Triangles have 3 sides, so the 3 toothpicks must represent the sides of the triangle. So draw a picture. Complete the 4 triangles. So we can just trace these. They represent the 4 triangles she made. And we can skip count by the number of sides. So 3 more is 6, 3 more is 9, and 3 more is 12. So how many triangles are there in all? 4 triangles. There are 3 toothpicks in each triangle. And so our multiplication problem would have been 4 times 3. And 4 times 3, 12. So 4 triangles have 12 toothpicks. That's how many she needs. In our math talk problem, it says, how can you use what you know about the number of toothpicks needed for 4 triangles to find the number of toothpicks needed for 8 triangles? Well, 8 is double 4, so I can double the product of 4 times 3. If 4 times 3 is 12, then 8 times 3 is just 12 plus 12. Draw a quick picture to help you. How did you find the answer? Find the number of toothpicks needed for 6 triangles. Okay, so we have 1 triangle here, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 triangles times 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And so 6 times 3, we just skip count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Jessica is using craft sticks to make 6 octagons. How many craft sticks will she use? And it says an octagon has 8 sides. So it says one way I could solve this is to use 5 facts and addition. What they're basically saying is that our multiplication facts for 5 should be easy to, 1, memorize, or to skip count quickly. So to multiply a factor by 6, multiply the factor by 5, and then add the factor. So in other words, 6 times 7. Let's start with 5 times 7, and then we would have 1 extra 7 left. And 5 times 6, so these are just some patterns that we're going to use to multiply by 5s. So they're saying 6 times 7 is the same as 5 times 7 plus 7. 6 times 6 is the same as 5 times 6 plus 6. And 5 times 6 is 30, plus 6 more is 36. 6 times 8, that's the same as 5 times 8 plus 8. In other words, I have 5 eighths here. I need one more because it's 6 times 8. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 8 more is 48. 6 times 9. Start with 5 times 9 plus 9. And 5 times 9 is 45, plus 9 more, 54. So she's making 6 octagons. 6 octagons have 8 sides, so she's going to use 48 craft sticks. Another way we could solve this is to use doubles. When at least one of the factors is an even number, we can always use doubles. So first, multiply with half of the even number. Half of 6 is 3, and 3 times 8 is 24. And then double it. 24 plus 24. 4 and 4 is 8, 2 and 2 is 4. So 48. I could use a multiplication table. So in a multiplication table, it says find the product of 6 and 8 where row 6 and column 8 meet. So here's row 6, here's column 8, and you bring until your fingers come together at 48. Shade the row for 3 in the table. Okay, so we shaded the row for 3. Then compare the rows for 3 and 6. What do you notice about their products? 0, 0, 3, and 6. 6 is twice 3. 6 and 12, 12 is twice 6. 9 and 18, 18 is twice 9. So the row for 3 is half the product of the row for 6. You can also say the row for 6 is twice as much as the row for 3. All right, so let's do some practice. So in this problem, it says use the 5 facts and addition to find 6 times 4. So we're going to start, instead of 6 times 4, we're going to say 5 times 4. But I need 6 4, so I'm going to add 1 extra 4. 5 times 4 is 20, plus the extra 4, 24. So here is the 5 times 4, and this is one row of 4. So 20 plus 4, 20. How would you use 5 facts in addition to find 6 times 3? Well, it would be 5 times 3 plus an additional 3. So 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 more, 18. All right, 6 times 1. Oh, that's easy. That's 6. 3 times 7. So if we look on our multiplication table for 3 times 7, we go 3 and find 7, and see where they meet. They meet at 21. 6 times 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 3 times 9. So multiplication table, we look at 3, we find 9, we bring them down until they meet, we get 27. All right, 2 threes is 6. 3 times 6, well, that's the same as 3 times 5 plus 3. 3 times 5 is 15, plus the extra 3, 18. 3 times 0 is 0. 1 times 6 is 6. 6 times 3, that's the same as saying 3 times 5 plus 3. And we solved that one already. 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is the same as saying 3 eighths. 8 and 8 is 16, plus 8 more is 24. 6 times 7 is the same as 5 times 7 plus 7. And 5 times 7 is 35, plus 7 more, 42. 3 threes is 9. 10 times 6, we know is 60. Okay. Complete the tables for numbers 15 through 20. All right, so we're multiplying by 3. One of the factors is 4. 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is the same as saying 3 times 2, double. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 3 times what would give me 18? How many 3's does it take to get to 18? We know that that's 6. 17. 5 times 6, and 5 times 6 is 30. 7 times 6 is the same as 5 times 6 plus 6. I'm sorry, that's not correct. I should have said 5 times 7 plus 7. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 7 more, 42. Okay, so that's right. In this one, we have to figure out what I'm multiplying by. So 3 times what gives you 15? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 5. And 2 times 5 is 10. So 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. All right, page 150. Use the table for numbers 21 and 22. All right, so let's look at the title. Quilt pieces. We have shapes. So these are the shapes of the quilt pieces. We have a square, a triangle, and a circle. And the number in one quilt piece, you need 6 squares in one quilt piece. You need 4 triangles, and you need 4 circles. All right, so the table tells about quilt pieces Jenna has made. How many squares are there in 6 of Jenna's quilt pieces? How many squares are in 6? So she has 6 quilt pieces, and in every quilt piece there are 6 squares. So that's the same as saying 5 times 6 plus 6. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 6 more, 36. How many more squares than triangle are in 3 of Jenna's quilt pieces? All right, so if 3 times 4 would represent the triangles, and the squares would be 3 times 6. So 3 times 4 is the same as 3 times 2 doubled. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 6, 6 plus 6 is 12. All right, and 3 times 6 is the same as 3 times 5 plus 3. So that's 18. So how many more? 18 take away 12, 6. 6 more squares. Okay, so first we multiplied to find out how many total squares and triangle pieces there were. And we subtract to find out how many more. Allie used some craft sticks to make shapes. If she used one craft stick for each side of the shape, would Allie use more craft sticks for 5 squares or 6 triangles? 5 squares or 6 triangles? 5 squares would have 4 sides. 6 triangles would have 3 sides. 5 times 4 is 20. And 6 times 3 is the same as 5 times 3 plus 3. So 18. She would use more squares. Draw a picture and use words to explain the commutative property of multiplication with the factors 3 and 4. All right, so the easiest way I think would probably be to use an array. Okay, so that's 3 times 4. And we know that if we just turn the array, that represents the commutative property. So instead of 3 rows of 4, let's have 4 rows of 3. And so those two arrays are equal. And it said to use words. So if we turn our array around, it shows the commutative property multiplication because you're using the same factors, but they're in different order. All right, in 25, Omar read 6 pages in his book each night. How many pages does Omar read in 7 nights? Use the array to explain how you know your answer is correct. All right, so I see that there's, if I draw in 7 rows, and 6 pages each row. Okay, so the 7 rows represent the 7 nights, and the 6 in each row represents the number of pages. 7 times 6 equals 7 times 5 plus 7, which is 42 pages. So I could go 2, 4, 5. I'm sorry. So what did we do? We did, I'm circling, I circled 7 rows of 5, which equals 35. And then we added the additional 7. So basically what we're saying is in this array, we use the idea of multiplying by 5 facts and then adding the other factor. So I circled 7 rows of 5 to get 35, and then I had one more row, one more set of 7, so 35 plus 7 gives me 42. Okay. So now you'll do your independent work on online work for lesson 4.3. Tomorrow we will do lesson 4.4, and we'll talk about the distributive property of multiplication. So you will, if you need additional help with today's lesson, you can use your textbook to help. You can stop and use the video again, or if you need additional help, you can stop and ask me. So until tomorrow, good luck.